Laziness is not a character flaw. It is not a genetic defect. It is a highly sophisticated, invisible hijack of your mind and your spirit. You aren't actually fighting a lack of motivation. You are fighting a war against an enemy who knows you better than you know yourself. He knew your mother before she even had you. You are paralyzed from the inside out by that same enemy. Let me tell you a hard truth that hustle culture will never tell you. Willpower is a lie. You do not possess independent power. If Allah does not want you or me to accomplish a task, we will never be able to do it. No matter how many energy drinks we consume or how many hours of focused music we play, every single muscle contraction, every spark of focus in your brain is a direct gift from the Creator Himself. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ understood the spiritual psychology better than any modern coach or neuroscientist ever could. He didn't just tell people to work harder, he gave us a specific clinical method to completely destroy laziness before it even touches your body. Before I give you the method, I want you to understand something. Once you tackle laziness, there's gonna be another wall in front of you that cannot be destroyed permanently. You must consciously bulldoze through it every time it appears, and it will appear more frequently once you get rid of the laziness completely. Because that's the last infinite bullet Shaytan has, and he's gonna keep using it until you learn to compete with it. It's the voice in your head that starts second guessing everything. It tells you that you don't have enough energy. It tells you that the future is too uncertain, that you're gonna fail anyway, so why even try? To understand what it means to outcompete your own mind, you have to look at what happened in the May of 1978. Two climbers, Lionel Messner and Peter Habler, stood at the base of Mount Everest. They were about to attempt the unthinkable, climbing the highest peak on Earth without bottled oxygen. At that altitude, the air is so thin that the medical community at that time insisted it was a death sentence. Doctors openly warned them that their lungs would collapse, their blood would turn to sludge, and the lack of oxygen would permanently destroy their brain cells before they ever reached the summit. As they climbed higher into the death zone, every single breath felt like inhaling shards of glass. Their limbs felt like lead, weighed down by absolute physical exhaustion. Can you imagine the sheer volume of the voice inside their heads at 28,000 feet? Every instinct, every neuron, every drop of logic was screaming at them to stop and turn back. If they had allowed their minds to talk them out of it, they would have frozen to death on that mountain. But they didn't try to stop the voice. They just refused to let it win. They kept their eyes on the next step, pushing past the perceived limits of human capability, and did what science said was impossible. Where does the mental freeze come from? In the final chapter of the Quran, Allah reveals the exact source of this psychological friction. He says, "Allazi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas," the one who whispers in the chests of mankind. This is the strategy of Shaytan. He enters the quiet spaces of your mind and constantly whispers into your chest, into your ears, injecting doubt, fatigue, and overwhelming overwhelm. The feeling of fatigue and no motivation you experience right before a big task, a lot of the time they aren't even yours. They are imported into your heart to keep you small. In psychology speak, this is called an amygdala hijack. Your brain perceives the task as a threat, panics, and freezes to protect you from the discomfort. Over 14 centuries ago, the Prophet ﷺ gave this exact state of paralysis a name. He called it al-ajz. It means a perceived lack of capability. It's that heavy, sinking feeling that tells you you are nothing. You can't handle this right now. And al-ajz is immediately followed by its twin accomplice, al-kasal, which is the actual physical laziness. The mental freeze is what creates the physical stagnation. So how do we break the spell? The Prophet ﷺ taught us a profound spiritual law. The moment you remember Allah with presence, Shaytan retreats. He literally runs away and he takes that artificial heavy feeling of paralysis with him. The Prophet used to make this dua constantly. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasal. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from helplessness and laziness. You are breaking the psychological loop of Shaytan by introducing the ultimate reality. Allah, you are surrendering your ego, admitting your weakness, and pulling divine strength into your body. The Prophet ﷺ passed down a breathtaking hadith Qudsi where Allah Almighty says directly to you, I am just as my servant expects me to be, so expect of me whatever you want. When you sit there trapped in procrastination thinking, my life is a mess, I can't do this, nothing ever works out for me, you are holding a low expectation of your Lord. You are acting as if He is not Al-Fattah, the one who opens the doors, or Al-Qawi, the one who grants the strength. But those who choose to think highly of Allah Almighty, especially when they are going through a moment of deep vulnerability, weakness or threat, when you hold that expectation, Allah makes a promise. He promises to fill your hands with relief in this world and absolute forgiveness in the next. He alters your psychological state. He takes away the heavy, suffocating feeling of paralysis and replaces it with flow state. The next time you are sitting there frozen at your desk, I want you to stop fighting with your own raw willpower. You cannot beat a spiritual hijack with human stubbornness. Ask yourself right then and there, what are my expectations of Allah right now? Then outcompete the whisper. Say the prophetic formula out loud with the absolute conviction. Hand the capability over to the one who controls every heartbeat and watch how smoothly He allows your body to move and the doors to open.